Assalamu alaikum, welcome back everyone to Small Talk. It's been a long time since I have recorded a video. Today I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is a time period where you can eat and then there's a time slot where you cannot eat. There are a few basic rules that you should remember when you're doing intermittent fasting. It's very effective in reducing your body fat and increasing your energy and good night's sleep. The way human body is designed, we're not supposed to be eating all the time. We're supposed to be giving a certain hours of break from eating so our stomach can digest the previous food that it already has taken in, and then we can fuel our body after a certain period of time. So the first thing that you need to remember, which I spoke about in my previous video, is that you should not be eating after sunset. Allah Ta'ala has put a body clock in our body which kind of activates in the morning and then it kind of shuts down at night, so it kind of slows down our system at night. So when it's dark outside, you should just stop eating at that point. The best thing is to stop eating by 6 7 o'clock the latest. In the summer it's easier because the days are longer and the sun doesn't set until 9 p.m. But during the winter time, it's kind of hard. However, you guys can still change things around a little bit and make it work for you. The second thing that you have to remember is that you should be eating, you should give your body at least 12 hours break in between uh, in between 24-hour windows. So let's say you ate your meal at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock at night, that was your last meal of the day, then you should not be eating until 8 o'clock in the morning. That will give you 12-hour window. That's the minimum. That will not necessarily reduce your body fat, but at least it will help you maintain the weight that you have and you won't gain any more weight. In order for you to get extra benefits, you should add more hours to your fast. And longer the fast is, better the benefits are. And the reason why it works, because we were hunters and gatherers. So when the people used to hunt, they would obviously go out and sometimes they will find a kill the first day, the first hour, and sometimes it will take them days to find a kill. So they will not have food. They will come back home and they will not have food to eat. And when they did get the food, they didn't have the refrigerators or freezer to freeze those kills. So they had to kind of cook that and finish it within the time period, like of 1 or 2 days. So they will cook the entire animal, they will eat it within 1 or 2 days. So they had excessive amount of food, but then they will go, then once they run out of food, they will go out and hunt again, and sometimes they'll come back empty, and then sometimes they'll come back with the kill. So when they came back empty, they had no food to eat, and that's how our bodies are designed. We're not supposed to be eating all the time, 3 or 5 meals a day. That's all myth. So we need to give our stomach a break, just like our other systems need a break. We need to sleep at night. Our heart needs to rest. Our brain needs to rest. Allah Ta'ala has created this system where everything needs to rest at time, for a certain period of time. Similarly, our stomach needs a break too from working constantly. And the only way we can do this, if we reduce the hours of food consumption, which will help us which will help our stomach to digest the previous food that it has taken in. And then the other thing that you need to remember is that longer the fast is, more benefits you will get. I'm sure most of you have heard about ketogenic diet. What ketogenic diet does is it produces ketones in your body which help you burn fat. Ketogenic diet is not the only way to produce more ketones in your body. Intermittent fasting also does that job, but your ketones, the number of ketones doesn't get higher at 12-hour window, but longer the fast is, better it is. So you can go up to 16 or 18 hours without eating, and then you can have about 6 to 8 hours in which you can eat anything you want. It's better to avoid sugar, but in the beginning, if you cannot do this, just the intermittent fasting alone will give you lots of benefits. So 16-hour window, ideally 18-hour window without food is better, but even 16, anything over 12 hour will actually help your body dig into your stored fat and burn that for energy, because our body needs energy constantly. And trust me, all of us have enough calories stored inside our body which our body can dig into and consume that, and it could still live without eating for an extended period of time. We have lots of food available in this time and age. Wherever we go, there are donuts, there are burgers, there are sodas, there are chips, everything. You go to a meeting or a conference call, there's a big tray of or big box of donuts and coffee in the conference on the conference table. You go for early morning meeting, they have coffee and donuts again and bagels and whatnot. You go for your annual meetings, or even at work sometimes you're just chit-chatting in your break room, they have excessive food during lunchtime. So there's lots of food consumption, and we're always intaking extra amount of calories that our body does not need, so our body stores that as energy. So whenever we're doing intermittent fasting, our body will dig into those stored calories and it will eat them up to produce energy. So what happens is, when you first start intermittent fasting, let's say you're used to eating your first meal at 8 o'clock in the morning, your body will demand that from you at 8 o'clock in the morning. But then if you don't eat it at that time, your body will automatically understand that, okay, I'm not getting any food, so it's going to dig into the stored calories, which is mainly stored around our midsection in our bellies, and then it will take those extra calories and it'll start using that as energy. So basically we're using our fat, the stored fat, for energy. And then you'll realize about 45 minutes after it's your meal time, you won't feel hungry again. It's not because your hunger went away, it's because your body found another source of energy to dig into and consume that to energize yourself. So trust me, we won't die, we won't starve ourselves if we don't eat for 12 hours, 18 hours, and that should be okay. And those hungry feeling that we get in our stomach, those are called hunger pains. That are good for you. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Hunger pains are your stomach is basically replenishing itself, and it's recovering from all the damage that we have done from eating all the food. So those hunger pains are actually good for us, and you should feel those longer period of time. You feel those, that means our stomach is repairing itself. There's an inner wall inside our stomach which gets damaged when we eat lots of food. So our systems overnight, it kind of repairs itself. So when you feel those hunger pains at night, sometimes people say, oh, I feel hungry in the middle of the night. It's okay, just try to go to sleep, maybe drink some water, that will ease the pain. You're not supposed to be consuming any calories after your last meal of the day. That's how the intermittent fasting works. You can probably have black coffee because there are no calories in them and doesn't have any sugar or fats in it. So I do consume, drink 1 cup of coffee, black coffee in the morning, no cream and no sugar. Cream and sugar will break your fast. So usually I do between 18 to 24 hour fast. Sometimes I eat 1 meal a day. Sometimes I eat just 2 meals a day. If you eat within 1 hour window, that will still be considered 1 meal a day, but you don't have to jump to that 1 meal a day straight. You can start off with skipping 1 meal and eating just 2 meals, but eat them within shorter window, like within 6 hour window. So if you had your breakfast at 11 o'clock, instead of 8 o'clock in the morning, you can have your brunch, and that will compensate your breakfast and lunch, and then you have your dinner between 5 and 6 o'clock. So now you're eating between 6 and 7 hour window, which is perfect, and that should give you a longer period of time where you can stop your body from consuming any food, and that will help you reduce your weight and get more energy. Sometimes once you get used to the basic rules of intermittent fasting, then you can extend your fast to 24 to 36 hours, in some cases 48 hours. The longest fast I've done is 40 hours, where I've only consumed water and coffee and no food. And trust me, I never felt any better than that. Even after 40 hours, I was not hungry at all. But because I made biryani for my family, so I had to eat that. That's the only reason why I ate, but I wasn't feeling hungry. The only time you feel hungry is the first few hours when you skip your first meal. So let's say I ate 5 p.m., my next meal was supposed to be at 11 a.m. and I skipped my meal at 11 a.m., I will start feeling a little bit hungry because my stomach is used to getting that food at that time, and my body is asking me for food. But once I don't provide that food to my body, 45 minutes later, I don't feel hungry anymore. And then I can just continue without feeling hungry. And my system actually, I feel so much lighter. I feel so much energetic. I have done, my goal was to do 36-hour fast. I used to do it like once a month. I haven't done it this month so far. So I haven't done it in June, and July just started. So I actually have to do two this month maybe. So my goal was to do 36-hour fast. But then after 36-hour passed, I just kept going. I wasn't hungry and I didn't feel the need or feel the urge to eat food. So, but once I made biryani, it was just too tempting for me not to eat. So I couldn't resist it. And then I broke my fast. But it seems like I could have gone 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days without eating, and that would have been just perfect. They say 7 days will heal you. So if you do 7-day fast, which is obviously a long period of time, you won't get to that point instantly, like in one shot. It's going to take some practice. So for the beginners, try eating within 12-hour window, add extra 2 hours and see how you feel. And then every day you can add maybe half hour, 45 minutes, or 1 extra hour, and see how long you can go without eating food, because that's how all the dead cells will be repaired, and some of the dead cells will be flushed out of our system, because our system will go ahead and eat all those dead cells, which are cancer causing cells, and it will basically finish them from our body, and then our body will produce newer healthier cells. Intermittent fasting is also known to prevent from cancer, and it has also been associated with curing lots of other disease that we usually are not able to cure. Some people have, the world record is that one person did not eat for about a year, which is a long period of time, but it's because he was like 700 pounds and he has so much stored fat, and he had lots of issues and diseases that he was dealing with. So he decided that he should not be eating and let his body heal itself. And he went without food for 365 days. But that can be done with the presence of your physician, your healthcare advisor, and you have to go for regular checkups and everything in order for you to accomplish that. I hope this video helped. Please give my video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Until next video, Allah Hafiz.